Ringo TV Reactions. Back again with another one. You already done know what it is. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Fam, let's get down to business, bruh.
One of my best friends died last Saturday. Paratrooper, ex-Special Forces, 51 years old, in best shape of his life. I mean, lived life. You have no idea. Just goes to sleep, doesn't wake up. Black guy.
Oh, my.
I think...
Jeez.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you come into the stream, we're reporting on the Jamie Foxx situation, fam. It appears a guy named AJ Benza got some inside information that may have been leaked. So we're going to share our commentary regarding these situations. Moving forward, everything that we're talking about is our thoughts and opinions on what's coming down the pipeline. So it's all alleged at this point. At the same time, he's saying that he had somebody from the inside that got him some information. So it could be very possible that the information is, updated. Now, a lot of times we be thinking that TMZ are the only source. Like, if TMZ reports it, it gots to be true. No, there are many stories TMZ reported that is BS. They're not the end-all be-all. There's a lot of entities that know about what's going on in Hollywood, but they're not going to report on it. You see? Now, I already done told you that my thoughts on the Jamie situation is that he already died already. Y'all still holding on, but he's gone. So now, this information that AJ Benza brought out is very telling because it just proved that his daughter is lying. And the last video we made about Jamie, we uncovered the truth. But they're gonna hide it. They don't want the public to know what's going on. How does a man, 1 minute, he's in his best shape, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing, and the next minute, he's in these hospitals, fam, like fighting for his life. Like, that's crazy. So, see, this is why, fam, when they try to introduce the pointy thing, man, I was against that from day one. You know what I mean? So this is what this guy Benza is saying, that the pointy thing is what may have caused these issues. So let's hear the tape. Let's hear what he had to say. Let's break it down and, do what we got to do. I'm going to let it play, and then I'm going to pause where need be and share my commentary.
Friends died last Saturday. Paratrooper, ex-Special Forces, 51 years old, in best shape of his life. I mean, lived life. You have no idea. Just goes to sleep, doesn't wake up. Black guy.
Oh, my.
I think that this ties into the Jamie Foxx theory. I worked my butt off to get a story about what happened to Jamie Foxx, because it was all baloney what they were reporting. He's playing pickleball. He's responding on Instagram. No, he's not. People do that for you. It's all lies. I had somebody in the room who let me know that Jamie had a blood clot in his brain after he got the shot. He did not want the shot, but the movie he was on, he was pressured to get it. This movie he's doing with Cameron Diaz. And I'm thinking, is that why he blew up on the set a week before this medical emergency happened? Is that why he fired 3 or 4 people, because he just had it with these mandates? I don't know. But what I found out from the man in the room was that the blood clot in the brain caused him at that point to be partially paralyzed and blind. Because if you read into what they were saying early on, he's communicating with us. That doesn't mean talking. That could be anything. It could be, writing, sign. I know those little code words. And then when you tell me your father's playing pickleball, give me a break. I don't know. There's a great shroud of secrecy around Jamie Foxx. He's probably the most multi-talented person we have in Hollywood. But even TMZ is not reporting this. And I know TMZ's got sources in hospitals who give them information, whether it's legal or not.
But they're not going to report on it because, again, in Hollywood, it's a lot of secrecy. What they're doing with Jamie Foxx is not, something that's new, but at the same time, they have to hide the information because the last thing they want to do is scare the public. You got to understand how this thing goes, fam. Let me get this person up out of here, man, because one thing I don't like is people that just interrupt the shows and just like waste everybody's time. They're just not paying attention in class. Like, look, fam, if you come into the platform and you're like slow and you're listening to the tape, you hear everything, and you just don't have any sort of intellect, you're just gonna get blocked. Because I got no time to play any games. And see, I'd be thinking that a lot of the reasons why a lot of people slow is because they took the pointy thing. You understand? That's why they slow. That's why they can't think. Because they got problems in their head. You know what I mean? Like the man just said what it is, and you're asking dumb questions. It's really annoying, fam. This is a very serious issue, and when I have to stop to address people in the comments, it just goes to show that there's a problem with society. When it comes to YouTube, there's certain words you're not supposed to say. Do you understand me? But see, a lot of times you got these agents that come to the platform. They know what I'm talking about, but they play dumb. And I can guarantee you those people are the same ones that took the pointy thing. Guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why TMZ is not reporting on it is because that's the last thing they would want to report on. They don't want to make it out to be that. Because again, it's alleged. But this particular guy, AJ Benza, says that somebody within close proximity of Jamie Foxx told him this information, that he is paralyzed, have blood clots, and partially blind. So now, if that's true, that means that his daughter been lying to the public. You understand? She been lying. Because she told us that Jamie Foxx was playing pickleball. That's impossible. She's trying to make it seem like everything's okay. And if you notice, in Hollywood, all of Jamie's friends are just saying stuff like, we just need to pray for him. That's because he's doing bad. He's doing very bad. And they all know the news. They all know what it is, but they're all worried because they may be next. You understand? And all of this started right after him working on this film. So now let me rewind it back a little bit, and we're going to listen in on what the guy had to say, because it's interesting how nobody's really trying to cover this thing in mainstream media. They're trying to hide it because they know that if the public know what caused Jamie Foxx's dilemma, it's gonna bring about a lot of questions. People are gonna be concerned, and we're just reporting the news, sharing our commentary on what's going on in these streets. So for everybody that might be viewing the show, coming into the building, if you come into the comments, right, and you post the C word, I'm blocking you. I'm just going to tell you straight up. So if you're a subscriber, it doesn't matter. You will be blocked, right? So if anybody posts the C word, you're going to be blocked. If you post anything that is associated with the terms used concerning the pointy thing, you'll be blocked. Like, I'm just letting you know straight up and down. If you're not paying attention to the stream to understand what's going on and you come in the comments and you ask dumb questions, I'm blocking you. A moderator might time you out. I'm not a moderator. I'm the host. I don't like when people are just slow. It's really annoying because when I speak very clear and I break things down, but people like to play dumb. I don't got time for that. I'm very serious. This is a serious issue because Jamie Foxx's condition is being hidden from the public. For what? Is it a situation of national security? Is it one of them type of situations where they just want to paint this thing like it has nothing to do with the pointy thing? Because that's what this gentleman is saying. AJ Benza is saying that he have somebody that was in the inside that told him Jamie Foxx's condition. And they said that Jamie Foxx is paralyzed. Well, if he's paralyzed, how could the daughter tell us that he's out there playing pickleball? How could the daughter tell us that? That's a lie. Now, again, this is, in my opinion, all speculation. My commentary is my commentary. I am literally responding and giving my reaction to the news that is coming in from AJ Benza, where he joined the podcast on Dr. Drew show. So he came on there and they had a podcast where they were talking about the situation, and we want to break it down. So let me rewind it back from the top and we're going to continue on. Now, again, I laid down the ground rules, right? So if you come into the comments and you post the C word, if you don't know what the C word is and you ask me a dumb question on what that word is, I'm just going to block you because you're just dumb. You know exactly what it is, but you want attention. So I'm going to just remove you because I have no time to entertain idiots. Seriously. So let me rewind it back from the top and play the tape. Let's go.
Trooper, ex-Special Forces, 51 years old, in best shape of his life. I mean, lived life. You have no idea. Just goes to sleep, doesn't wake up. Black guy.
Oh, my.
I think that this...
Notice what he just said, that he knew one of his friends, a black guy, he was in the best shape of his life, trains, and one day he just goes to sleep and don't wake back up. What happened to him? What happened? Hey, they're going to hide the information, fam.
Ties into the Jamie Foxx theory. I worked my butt off to get a story about what happened to Jamie Foxx, because it was all baloney what they were reporting. He's playing pickleball.
I told y'all that it's baloney sandwiches with that pickleball story. I told y'all that.
He's responding on Instagram. No, he's not. People do that for you. It's all lies.
Notice what the gentleman just said. Remember when I told you that there is no way that Jamie Foxx made Instagram posts? There's no way. Somebody else do that for you. All of these celebrities, somebody else is maintaining their platforms. Jamie Foxx don't have time to be on social media talking. All of those little posts about, hey, I'm doing okay, thanks for the prayers, that's not Jamie, that's the daughter. She's doing it. And the guy just confirmed what I've been told y'all. I've been told y'all that Jamie is not on his Instagram. That man is gone already, fam. They just keeping the body alive long enough. He's already gone. You understand? They already may have ran experiments on this man to see what has caused this issue. And they're trying to figure it out because they got to give the public an update. So they're going to lie to us. Eventually, they're going to lie to us. They're going to tell us, oh, he, had bad cholesterol, and, they're going to make it seem like it's something that is common. so that we don't ask questions. That's what they're doing. Listen to what he said.
I had somebody in the room who let me know that Jamie had a blood clot in his brain after he got the shot. He did not want the shot, but the movie he was on, he was pressured to get it.
Wow. Are y'all listening? Are y'all listening? It says that Jamie is in the predicament he's in because of the pointy thing that he allegedly was pressured to get to be in the film. That's what AJ Benza is saying. In other words, you can't do this film, Jamie, unless you know what I'm getting. You got to take this thing. You got to do it. See, I already done told y'all my testimony on the Ringo TV Raw channel, where when I was at the 9 to 5, you know what I mean, they had all of that nonsense and mandates and all that mess. I wasn't with none of that, fam. I said, look, y'all got to do what just do what y'all got to do, fam, because ain't no way in this world that I'm going to take something that I don't need. You ain't doing that to me, fam. Well, you're going to lose your job. Well, cool. Go ahead. Do what y'all got to do. I don't care, fam. You know what I mean? It's not worth it, bro. So with Jamie, this is his livelihood. So the movie probably meant everything to him, and he may have allegedly went with it and then started having some sort of issues. Now, it hasn't been confirmed. At the same time, this is news that is coming out of the Dr. Drew YouTube channel, where he interviewed AJ Benza, and it very well sound like there's a possibility that something's very, very seriously wrong with Jamie, and they're hiding the information. Let's go.
This movie he's doing with Cameron Diaz. And I'm thinking, is that why he blew up on the set a week before this medical emergency happened? Is that why he fired 3 or 4 people, because he just had it with these mandates? I don't know. But what I found out from the man in the room was that the blood clot in the brain caused him at that point to be partially paralyzed and blind. Because if you read into what they were saying early on, he's communicating with us. That doesn't mean talking. That could be anything. It could be, writing, sign. I know those little code words. And then when you tell me your father's playing pickleball, give me a break. I don't know. There's a great shroud of secrecy around Jamie Foxx. He's probably the most multi-talented person we have in Hollywood. But even TMZ is not reporting this. And I know TMZ's got sources in hospitals who give them information, whether it's legal or not. But they're not. Mike Tyson got close. A week after I broke my story on my show, Mike Tyson said that Jamie had a blood clot in his brain.
Wow. I recall seeing that particular show where Mike Tyson uttered those words, and it could be that Mike Tyson may have exposed the industry in terms of what's going on with Jamie, because remember, they're in the inside, so they hear the things that we don't get to hear. You get it? They're able to hear the conversations behind the curtain. Let's get back to this, man.
No one's gone that far to say that yet. I think Mike did, and he probably got a phone call.
Hold on,
and said,
AJ. Let me sort of step back a little bit from what you're saying and just say, look, blood in the brain is a cerebral bleed. It's not a stroke. A stroke is a blood clot in an artery to the brain that cuts off the blood supply to the brain, and the brain dies. So we're talking about, and it's been widely known that he had a stroke, right? I mean, they've said stroke many times. Yeah. So it's to say it's a blood clot in the brain is it's a stroke. It's a blood clot in an artery that cuts off the supply. That part of the brain is dead. And it has very serious consequences. It depends on which artery and what the anatomy of that artery is, to what parts of the brain, whatnot. But it is not something that, I mean, let's put it this way. Is he still in the hospital? Is that what I'm supposed to believe? And playing pickleball?
See, that's the story that they gave us, is that he's playing pickleball and, you know, he's doing well. But if Jamie was really doing well, right, wouldn't he go live on Instagram to show himself? Isn't that what he'd normally do? Right? He's always in the public eye. But at this point, he can't talk. Remember, I told you that in my last stream. Y'all ain't believe me. Y'all think I'm crazy. I told you, Jamie Foxx cannot talk right now. He's not even conscious. The daughter knows what's going on. His handler, she knows what's happening, you know, but she's trying to keep everything quiet. And what's even more sad is that she made that promotion on her Instagrams, talking about how they're going to be doing some show together coming soon. That's to make us all feel like everything is good. We don't got nothing to worry about. But this could mean that they're cloning him. This could mean that they're getting someone else and they're going to clone Jamie, because he probably already expired already. You understand? He may have already expired. I believe that. I believe he's gone already, because you don't hear nothing. You don't hear nothing from his friends. Now remember, Jamie had close friends. How come his close friends don't know nothing? What about his family? You mean to tell me the daughter is the only one that's his family? So Jamie don't got no other living relatives that could talk for him, that's close to him? Everything is being filtered through the daughter. Y'all can't see? She's the handler. You see? I don't even think that's his daughter, to be honest with you. She don't look nothing like him. But let's get back to the tape, man. Let's find out what he got to say.
Is that?
I don't. It's all baloney. It's all baloney. The daughters are doing the speaking for him. His oldest daughter, Corinne, is doing the speaking. She said
the daughter is the one who leaked this whole pickleball story. The daughter. It's not even leaked. She went on her Instagram story and she posted that. She posted that. That's not even a rumor. The daughter posted that. She said that her father is playing pickleball and how he been out of the hospital for weeks. This is what she said. You understand? And it's crazy, man, how she came into the public saying these things, and yet people believed it. You know? Because that's what we want to do. We want to believe the best. I mean, you know, you got a lot of people, a lot of times, man, they want to see you die. Then you got others, they want to see you do well. At the same time, people just want to believe that he's going to pull through and everything's going to be okay. But a lot of times, man, that's just not the case. You know? The daughter is the one who put the information out there about her father playing pickleball. Nobody did that but her. All we did is report the news. That's it. We reported on the story. The daughter is the one who went out there putting out this info and that info. Nobody would have never known anything about pickleball unless the daughter put it out there. You know? So the daughter knows a lot, but she's not going to tell us. Like I said, I don't trust the daughter. I really believe that she is his handler and maybe trying to get everything that her father has, you know? Because when she went up to the hospital, right? When she went up to the hospital, These are photos right here that was taken from like paparazzis. You know, she's there with her boyfriend, Caucasian guy, right? And that's them being playful. Now, all of this is while her father is in the hospital. So think about that. It's almost like they're saying he's almost gone. You know, we're going to be able to get the money and start our life. There's a lot of people that do stuff like that, fam. Money, literally, the love of money is really the root of all evil. It really is. Well, let's get back to the tapes, find out what's going on.
And he's been out of the hospital for weeks, but that's not true. He's at a very good hospital in Chicago which specializes in this kind of rehab. And every friend who comes out, whether it's Kevin Hart or Nick Cannon or whoever, all says pray for Jamie.
Right.
He's got to get through this. Nobody comes out with great news. It's always somber.
That's exactly what it is, ladies and gentlemen. They've been telling us to pray for Jamie forever. But the thing is, how could you pray for Jamie if you don't know what he's going through? If you don't know what Jamie is going through, how could you pray for him? You can't come to me and say, hey, Ringo, could you pray for me? Well, what's going on? I'm just going through a lot, fam. Well, what's the problem? Well, you know, I don't want to tell you, but could you just pray for me? I can't, because I don't even know what's wrong with you. You know, a doctor cannot prescribe medication for you unless they know what's wrong with you. That's how it is in life. If a doctor don't know what's wrong with you, they cannot give you something that may end up harming you, you know? So it's very important to get the proper exam taken so we know what's wrong. With Jamie, they never told us what's wrong. Obviously, he's in a hospital, so they know what's wrong. But why they didn't put the information out there? Why they don't tell the public, look, this is what's going on with Jamie. He's paralyzed. He have blood clots. He's partially blind. Why they're not putting this info out in the public? You know why? Because they don't think that the public is ready. You have to understand, they see the public, they see the population like children. That's how they really see you. They see the population of people like children. They be like, nah, we can't release that news because if we come out and say that Jamie Foxx have blood clots and, you know, he's paralyzed and partially blind, that's bad. So that means something caused that. I mean, how does a man become paralyzed or partially blind and have blood clots? Like how? Where that came from? Well, it had to be from something he took. So there could be a lot of truth to what's being said here. Again, TMZ haven't reported on nothing yet. We don't see no mainstream people talking about this. But AJ Benza was on the Drew Show, and this is what he's saying. You know, he said he had someone from the inside spill the beans on what's going on because I don't know if AJ Benza is a reporter from the Associated Press. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me check something here to see, like, who is he and whatnot, because it says a lot. It says a lot when people put out this type of information. Remember, everybody got people on the inside that can talk. Sometimes TMZ didn't report on something, and then again, the news is out there because there are other sources. So I'm reading on a particular website. It says viral claims that Jamie Foxx, well known for starring in Django Unchained, was partially paralyzed and blind, having the blank, blank, blank. The claims were made by journalist A.P. Benza. That's what it says. Journalist. So he's a journalist. A.P. Benza. Now, I don't know if A.P. means Associated Press or that's just the initials for his name. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know if it's a typo. Maybe it's AJ Benza. I don't know who is he or where he's from. But let me see. Let me see if I can Google some information about this guy. See what comes up. Hold on a second. Okay, let me see. AJ Benza. All right. AJ Benza, born June 2nd. No, so he's I mean, his birthday is today. My birthday was yesterday. So it says that he was born 1962, Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. Let me see. Trying to find out a little more of his background. Okay. Benza left the band part-time. Newsday, a newspaper on Long Island. He wrote for high school sports. I don't see anything that says Associated Press. I'm trying to find out his credentials to see exactly who he is and where he come from. Benza wrote for the early 90s, then was scooped away to LA to host Mysteries and Scandals on the E! Channel. AJ has been a co-host with fellow poker commentator. I don't really see anything. But it says that he became a journalism major and showed an affinity for, I guess, this type of stuff. Let me see. I don't really see anything. I really don't see anything on him. Trying to find info. Yeah, I don't find anything. Let's just get back to the tape, hear what he got to say. Let's go.
So he's in a bad spot.
Let's try to, I always have to dismantle the medical reporting because it is so freaking inaccurate and pathetic. So let's talk about pray for Jamie. What are we praying for? What exactly do people expect? If there's a stroke, that brain is gone. Now, if he wants to walk again, I think that's a thing to pray for. That he could. It depends what the distribution of this thing is. But play the piano again and that kind of thing. I mean, oh boy, that's. Woo.
He's not going to be able to play the piano again or do any of that stuff if his condition is really bad. It's like pretty much a wrap. But my thing is, he was on his Instagram. Before all of this drama happened, you seen videos with him on his Instagram and everything was good. So to see this issue happening all of a sudden with Jamie, man, they had to do something to him, bro. They had to give that man something. That's why I'm saying, the brother is basically saying that, this could possibly be a situation with the pointy thing. And I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat and in the clouds understand what the pointy thing is. When something is pointy, it can puncture your skin. So think about when you were on your job and they told you, hey, we have this mandate, right? So now I have to make sure I remind you, because if I see anybody posting the C word in the comments, I'm just going to block you. So don't make that mistake of talking about none of those words. Those words trigger the YouTube system. And I don't need none of that nonsense over here. So I'm just going to get you up on out of here permanently, because I don't got no time for that. Right. But he have to have had somebody tell him this. He had to. Because it's like, It didn't just come out of the sky. Somebody from in that hospital, and that's why I always say, people around you gonna always talk. You know, there's always somebody that's gonna talk. But why the daughter's not telling us, fam? Why the daughter's not telling us what's happening here? Because it doesn't even make any sense. It's like, come on now. Let the public know what's going on. Benza's saying that Jamie Foxx is paralyzed. If that's true, there's no way he was playing pickleball. So just give us the bad news. Just tell us straight up that Jamie is paralyzed. Because again, hey, we're just reporting the news. Everything is alleged. We're speculating. This report is coming out from the Dr. Drew YouTube channel where he interviewed AJ Benza. I'm just pretty much reviewing a clip. It's a lot of lightning and thundering outside, fam. If you in New York, I know you hearing that right now. At first, I thought it was something blowing up. I took off my headphones for a second, fam, and it's like lightning and thundering like crazy out there. Rumbling. So it's about to pour rain or something, bro. Let me see what's going on with the weather, bro, because I had just came back in. I was outside. Let me check out News 12 weather, see what's going on. Okay. Yeah, this situation with Jamie is very sketchy, man. I feel that everybody's in on it. All the big names, all the big platforms, they're all in on hiding the truth. Because if they leak the truth, if the truth comes out on the real cause on why Jamie is in the situation he's in, it's gonna make the public get very, very nervous, fam. You know? Let me see. Why it's telling me to sign up. Man, forget that stuff. They always want to sign you up. Let's get back to the tape.
It has to be a very small stroke, and hopefully that's the case. I mean, hopefully it is. And then I heard a rumor that he may have had hypertension. Did he have high blood pressure also?
Yeah, he did have high blood pressure. He's been on those meds. And, you know, my buddy who died was also a black man. And I feel like, well, you would know this. Don't they have more of a, don't black folks have more of an issue with hypertension and high blood pressure?
Yes. And it's a little often more difficult to treat, especially in the men. And it's a little kind of a different quality to it. Yeah, it's a little bit of a different thing. And if they don't stay on it and take the medicine diligently, they have strokes. I mean, that's just what happens.
And shout out to Rick for the $20 Cash App. Appreciate your support. So Jamie is in a bad situation. It's just that simple. Jamie is in a bad situation. And they don't want to tell us what's happening. Nobody don't want to tell us the truth. Could the daughter maybe the daughter sacrificed her father? Because I don't believe that that's his daughter. I don't believe that, fam. I believe that she may have allegedly sacrificed her father, man. Because a woman would come out and just tell the public, look, my father is paralyzed. He have this. We need prayer. Like, seriously, we need help. Because the doctors can't fix him. And see, this is why I be telling you, fam, you can have all the money in the world and still, it's like your money can't save you. Listen to this thing. In case you're joining in on the show, we're talking about some news that came out where a guy named AJ Benza has reported that he was told by someone in the hospital, close, that Jamie is paralyzed, has blood clots, and partially blind. This is all coming out from the Dr. Drew YouTube channel, where he interviewed AJ Benza, and he's giving us what's happening. We're going to play the tape. Let me see. Hold on. Okay.
One of my best friends died last Saturday. Paratrooper, ex-Special Forces, 51 years old, in best shape of his life. I mean, lived life. You have no idea. Just goes to sleep, doesn't wake up. Black guy.
Oh, my.
I think that this ties into the Jamie Foxx theory. I worked my butt off to get a story about what happened to Jamie Foxx, because it was all baloney what they were reporting. He's playing pickleball. He's responding on Instagram. No, he's not. People do that for you. It's all lies. I had somebody in the room who let me know that Jamie had a blood clot in his brain after he got the shot. He did not want the shot, but the movie he was on, he was pressured to get it. This movie he's doing with Cameron Diaz. And I'm thinking, is that why he blew up on the set a week before this medical emergency happened? Is that why he fired 3 or 4 people, because he just had it with these mandates? I don't know. But what I found out from the man in the room was that the blood clot in the brain caused him at that point to be partially paralyzed and blind. Because if you read into what they were saying early on, he's communicating with us. That doesn't mean talking. That could be anything. It could be, writing, sign. I know those little code words. And then when you tell me your father's playing pickleball, give me a break. I don't know. There's a great shroud of secrecy around Jamie Foxx. He's probably the most multi-talented person we have in Hollywood. But even TMZ is not reporting this. And I know TMZ's got sources in hospitals who give them information, whether it's legal or not. But they're not. Mike Tyson got close. A week after I broke my story on my show, Mike Tyson said that Jamie had a blood clot in his brain. No one's gone that far to say that yet. I think Mike did, and he probably got a phone call.
Hold on.
Said,
AJ, let me sort of step back a little bit from what you're saying and just say, look, blood in the brain is a cerebral bleed. It's not a stroke. A stroke is a blood clot in an artery to the brain that cuts off the blood supply to the brain, and the brain dies. So we're talking about, and it's been widely known that he had a stroke, right? I mean, they've said stroke many times.
Now, if Jamie had gotten a stroke, there is no way he could be playing pickleball. I told you that in my last stream. If Jamie got a stroke, he's not playing pickleball, because that will cause him to have another stroke. You understand what I mean? He'll have another stroke if he do that. So it's very important that you understand these things. Let's get back to it. Let's go.
Yeah. So it's to say it's a blood clot in the brain is it's a stroke. It's a blood clot in an artery that cuts off the supply. That part of the brain is dead. And it has very serious consequences. It depends on which artery and what the anatomy of that artery is, to what parts of the brain, whatnot. But it is not something that, let's put it this way. Is he still in the hospital? Is that what I'm supposed to believe? And playing pickleball? Is that?
I don't. It's all baloney. It's all baloney. The daughters are doing the speaking for him. His oldest daughter, Corinne, is doing the speaking. She said he's been out of the hospital for weeks, but that's not true. He's at a very good hospital in Chicago with specialized.
And notice this, ladies and gentlemen. Notice what he just says. He talked about how Corinne, or whatever her name is, that she's the only one talking for him. Think about that. Normally, when you have a high-profile actor, comedian, been in a lot of big films, like Jamie Foxx, you're going to have somebody from these hospitals that'll come out and address the public, because they know people talking about the story and they want the right information to be out there, but nobody's talking. There's a bit of secrecy going on where they're hiding everything from the public. Why? Because they know why this is happening. Now, again, Mr. Benza is basically saying, look, Somebody inside told me that they tried to force Jamie, or that they did allegedly force Jamie to get the pointy thing in order to do the movie. And right after that happened, they're saying that that's when all this drama started taking place. You understand? Now, I don't know how it is in Hollywood that they have mandates still going on and, you know, telling actors like, you got to get this in order to do the film. Jamie probably was like, look, I'm going to go get the film. I'm going to go get this thing. I don't care. He probably was one that was against it. But in order to do the film, he had to do what he had to do. And now it's like, look at where he's at, you know? Or he's the sacrifice for the movie. Remember, I told y'all, anytime there is a movie that's being filmed, somebody has to die. Now, in one of my streams, I'm not sure who posted a comment or somebody, I don't know who did it, but somebody said that there's a movie that came out. I'm not sure if it's the movie from, what's the guy that had died? Is it Fast and Furious? I'm not sure. But somebody said that somebody had died recently that has a connection to the new film or something along them lines. I don't know. When y'all got information, don't just be posting stuff in my comments. Send the information to my Instagram, because I don't read 1,000 comments every day. I don't do that. I hardly ever read comments. You got to send me the information. When there's a story or there's news or there's something going down, stop assuming that I'm omnipresent. I'm human. I'm one person. I am not everywhere at the same time. I might get a story 7 days after the story drop because I'm focused on something else. But if it's a big story, something that needs to be talked about, it's very important that the people that are out there that see what's happening, that you communicate that information to me so I can get on the story as soon as possible, you know? So this information here is kind of fresh. It was about 2 days old now. On the Dr. Drew show, he interviewed Benza, and now it's like the news is starting to spread. You know what I mean? But no mainstream outlets are talking about this to fact check everything that's being said. But you know, if somebody from inside the hospital brought this information to this guy, who is that person? And why would they leak the info? It could be that they're tired of the lies. They're tired of the public. I mean, the powers that be, or whoever's behind Jamie, they're hiding the information from the people. You know? Oh, somebody said John Wick. Yeah, Paul Walker is the guy that they sacrificed. A lot of people don't know that. We're going to have to probably bring that up. He was a sacrifice, believe it or not. He just didn't have a freak accident in a car. No, he was a blood sacrifice for the movie's success to continue on. He was a seed that was planted. Because if you really think about it, after he died, look how many films they made. And the only reason why people go see the films is because they keep remembering him. He was the sacrificial lamb. You know, we're going to talk about that in another video. So, okay, Nelly said John Wick. So the new John Wick film, somebody died? See, again, I'm reading your comments, but that's not enough for me to even talk about it. You got to send raw information. Who died, number one? What's their connection to the film? You know, you got to send that kind of information. And don't send me clickbait from another YouTuber. I don't appreciate stuff like that. If you got info, send the raw materials, you know, a news article, something that was published from a source, not from one of these clickbait YouTube channels that just make stuff up. Because a lot of guys do that. They just make stories up, and people be sending me garbage like that. And once I see that, I won't take you serious, and I'll just block you because I don't got time to waste. You know, people send me messages all the time on Instagram, And if I click on your message and it's just garbage, then you're not really a reliable person that sends info. It's only a few people that send me information that I accept what they send because they send info all the time, you know? So whatever you got on that John Wick 4 movie on somebody that passed away, send that to my IG at Ringo TV Raw, because every movie that is released, somebody have to die. Every movie. Just go look at, do the research. If you think I'm joking, you think I'm crazy, go look at every movie, right? Do a background check on every film that's a big film and find out, did somebody die on set? Did a stunt guy die? Did one of the stunt doubles die 2 weeks later in his house? There's always a blood sacrifice. Somebody got to be offered up, you know? This is what they do in the industry. People will sacrifice their wife, their girlfriend for fortune and fame. This is how it goes. And, you know, this guy's daughter may have sacrificed Jamie, because if he was alive and he's doing well, he'll come on camera and show the world like, hey, y'all, I'm playing pickleball. Hey, thanks for the prayers, everybody. I'm good to go. But he's not doing that. Why? Because he's not alive. I told you already. They already deleted him already. He's being cloned right now. If Jamie Foxx come back and he's healthy and strong like nothing never happened, fam, he was cloned already. You know? He was cloned like Dave Chappelle. Cloned. You know, like Eminem, Dre. All those guys are cloned, bruh. You know what I mean? Gucci Man, another clone victim. Clone. Them people been gone. Offset already died already, fam. Y'all remember the car crash? Yeah, Offset died already. That Offset that you see now, that's a clone. Serious, man. Y'all gotta peep and read between the lines. It's not even the same guy anymore. All these people are different. You know? There's a lot of clones amongst us, man. But they gotta keep pushing it, because this is how they get rid of certain key players. So Jamie Foxx, in my opinion, has already done passed on, and they're just buying time at this point, you know, because he wasn't even able to finish the film. They had to bring in some other, you know, Jamie lookalike. So maybe he's the blood sacrifice for the movie. And that's messed up if he had to go take something against his will in order to do the film. That's messed up, man. Now, let's say, for example, Jamie pulls through. Is he going to come out into the public and tell us exactly what happened to him? Or will the powers that be put a gag order on him or something where he can't talk about nothing? Because I'm telling you, man, Hollywood is evil, man. And whatever's going on with Jamie can affect anybody. But if the information is not being put out, we'll just ignore it and you'll think you good. But if it ever comes out that Jamie indeed is paralyzed, I'm sure everybody gonna believe what Benza said now. Right now, it's up for speculation and criticism, and you know, it's alleged, because none of this has been 100% confirmed by somebody that's from the inside or whatever the case is. But still, somebody told this man this info. Now, they may try to come after Benza for releasing this information. They may try to take him out, because for him to put this out, it's going to start to spread like wildfire now. That's what's going to happen. You know? Everybody going to start to talk about it. Watch. Later on, you're going to see everybody talking about it. And that's crazy. I actually seen a notification from New Breed, because he was talking about something about Jamie Foxx being paralyzed. And I went to go look for who is Benza. And that's when I found a YouTube video. I'm not actually playing the footage. I'm just playing the audio because you know how it is with all that copyright nonsense. I figure I don't need to have the actual footage. I'll just play the audio. Well, let's check it out.
In this kind of rehab. And every friend who comes out, whether it's Kevin Hart or Nick Cannon or whoever, all says pray for Jamie. He's got to get through this. Nobody comes out with great news. It's always somber. So he's in a bad spot, unfortunately. I always have to dismantle the medical reporting because it is so freaking inaccurate and pathetic. So let's talk about pray for Jamie. What are we praying for? What exactly do people expect? If there's a stroke, that brain is gone.
That's right. If he had a stroke, his brain is gone, bro. He's a vegetable at this point. These are just the facts, ladies and gentlemen. You know? Yeah, Conor McGregor, yeah, he don't even look the same, fam. He don't even look the same. I don't know what happened to that dude, but they may have cloned him as well. He don't even look like the same person anymore, man. When I tell you this stuff is real, fam, when I walk through these streets, man, it's like an evil vibe, man. The streets are filled with demons. It's an evil world. You have to be connected to the Most High, bro, to keep you covered, man. Because there's too many satanic influences out here. You never know who's an agent, who's a demon, or who's sent to take you out. Because a lot of times, certain people are sent to purposely take you out. I mean, look at the situation with the Rudolph brother. Look what happened to him. How the woman he was messing with end up making him get catching a charge for murder, for defending himself. That woman was sent by the devil, bro, as an agent. They probably knew he had guns in the house and knew he would use them. And it was all by design so that he could go out there and commit the act. And now they got grounds to lock him up for life. You know, maybe they came at Jamie and told him, look, you got to sign a new contract, a new deal that's going to require him to, you know, sacrifice somebody that's close to him. And he probably was like, nah, fam, I can't do that, man. Not my daughters, man. I can't. Like, look, if you don't sacrifice your daughters, man, then it's going to be you that's going to pay. And he probably rebelled against the elite, probably said F you, and they got caught up with him. And now look where he's at. See, your money can't save you when you're in the industry, bro. You can have millions and millions of dollars, man. Don't you see? Think about this, fam. You got 600 people viewing, right? Make sure you click the like button while you're viewing the stream. Support the show by clicking the like button. With all the people that are viewing right now, think about this. There are people out there that are right around you that know everything about you. So if there's anybody that's going to plot against you to do harm, it's the people that's close. It's always people that's close. So whoever's close to Jamie orchestrated this, because how could a man be healthy 1 minute and then he's just in a hospital, and the news media and the hospitals are not giving the public any updates on Jamie's status in terms of why is he in the hospital and why are they calling it a medical emergency? Come on, man. Y'all got to peep through the lines. Come on. Every time somebody get in trouble, they always tell us what the problem is. But when it comes to Jamie, it's a medical emergency. What do you mean a medical emergency? Y'all don't want to say what it is? Y'all don't want to say what it is, right? You want to continue to mislead the public, right? Keep the sheep, sleep. What does it mean when they say a medical emergency? If the brother had a stroke, just say he had a stroke. If he had a heart attack, just say he had that. But to call it a medical emergency, fam, it sounds like he had a reaction to something. There was some sort of reaction to something he may have taken, fam. But they don't want the public to know nothing, bro. They don't want to tell us, because if they tell us, man, and the news spread on why, man, they're going to go crazy in these streets, man. They're going to go crazy, and it's going to be a problem, bro. You know, and that's just what it is, man. Let me see. Antonio, you're now blocked. I warned everybody, told you, do not post anything associated with the pointy thing in the chat. So now you're blocked. See how that worked? I could care less if you came in the show late. I'm thorough. I get people up out of here quick once I see something, because you're going to be used as an example for others. So now, y'all clearly see what he did, right? He put the J word in the chat, right? Okay, so if you want to get blocked, do the same thing that person did, and I'll block you too. You won't ever be able to comment on the channel ever again, because we're using coded words by saying pointy thing. If there's anything you want to do, you can point, you can use a syringe emoji if you just don't have common sense to follow instructions, right? But when you do stuff like that, you're triggering the algorithm that my entire discussion is about that pointy thing, and it's not. What we're trying to figure out is what's going on with Jamie, to see if there is some sort of connection. That's what we're trying to focus on here. So if there's anything that you can use an emoji, you know, as long as you're not posting words like the C word or the J word, because those words are key words that trigger the system. So if you do that, just know that I'm just going to block you. No hard feelings. It's all business. I got to make sure that I protect the platform and what I do. So when you do that, you're showing disrespect to me, because you're basically saying, F you, I'm going to post what I want. So I'm just going to have to get you up on out of here. So whether you come into the show and you didn't hear me, it doesn't really matter. I don't care. You're just going to get blocked, you know, because no moderator is in sight. Well, right now, I think we got Tracy in the building. If you can, Tracy, every now and then do not post the C word or the J word when it comes to the pointy thing in the chat. That way, anybody that's viewing will be reminded. Because if I see anything, I'm blocking. I don't care. Because I don't know how long people been watching the stream. Most people don't even watch live streams that long. They'll watch about 10 minutes and then they leave, and they never really got the full impact of the show and what we're talking about. So if you're joining on the show, what we're covering here is, there was a podcast called the Dr. Drew Show on YouTube, and he was interviewing AJ Benza, where he reported that someone from in the inside has told him that Jamie Foxx's condition, allegedly, is that he's paralyzed and have blood clots and is partially blind. Now, if this is a fact and it's true, then his daughter lied to the public. She lied to the public and must be held accountable, because she has a responsibility to let you know exactly what's going on with Jamie. Because if it was over the pointy thing, then a lot of people should be concerned. And I think that's why they're hiding the information. So expect in the following days or the following weeks that they're going to come out with a new story, and they're going to say that, hey, Jamie is recovering. What he was dealing with was dehydration or some sort of issue, and it affected him, but he's doing great right now. They're going to come out with a sob story to cover their tale. They don't want the information to come out, man. So we're just gonna leave it like that, fam. I'm gonna definitely keep up on this story to find out more, because it's just sad, man. Let me see. Foggy Button. Are you asking to be blocked? Is that what you're doing? Are you asking to be blocked? I just want to know, because I think I was very, very clear. So I think that's what it is. I think that, yeah, I think you just want to be blocked, because when you're asking what pointy thing, you're asking to be blocked, you know? And I just told you, so you see, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I mean. I just told people, right? Don't ask dumb questions on what is a pointy thing when we're talking about it right in, like we're talking about it in people that slow. That's the problem. So again, if you want to be blocked, just post stupid questions in the chat, and we're just gonna pack you up and get you out of here, because you're playing games at this point. It's like you want attention at this point. So Jamie Foxx appeared to be in a bad state right now. If you notice, his Instagram is quiet. There has been no post on his Instagram but the same one. So what's really going on? You know? What's going on with his daughter? She haven't posted no updates either. She don't care, fam. I don't think the daughter cares about Jamie, because if your father is really going through it, you would make the public know that there's an issue. You know, you would make the public know what your father's going through, so that people can expect a full recovery. You know? Now, I don't know, maybe the clone that they're working on have like some sort of firmware update that they're trying to get all the tweaks and everything properly done, so that it talks like Jamie, sound like Jamie, because with all this AI technology, fam, you really can't trust nothing no more, man. You never know. I seen a rap song the other day where somebody did some AI stuff with Tupac, Biggie, and all the rappers that died, and they were rapping on a classic beat, and it sounds so real. I'm like, man, yo, if they could do that, they could definitely clone people. You know? That's just the way it is. They could definitely clone people now, and put chips in people and alter their voice and make them sound just like the real person. You know? But hey, you're gonna say I'm crazy, right? I know. So hey, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back later on with another one. A lot of blood sacrifices are happening. We're gonna talk about the story with the young lady that had about 3 kids, talking about she's gonna go get a mommy makeover, and now she turned up dead. That was a blood sacrifice, fam. Homeboy sacrificed his woman, bro, and we got to talk about that. We definitely got to talk about that, fam. These blood sacrifices are happening way too much, man. I don't know if it's the season for sacrifices, but it's a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of stuff is happening. So, hey, it is what it is, man. Y'all be safe out there. We're going to be back with another one in a few. Shout out to, let me see who this is. Daryl. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right. Daryel. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it, but shout out to you for the 5 on the Cash App. All right. Let me see. Yeah, it's a lot of drama going on, man. Hey, you never know. Maybe the daughter might bring something out, because remember, the last time the daughter spoke was because people were saying that Jamie was, that they were planning his burial. And that's what prompted her to come out to say that he's playing pickleball. Maybe with this story coming out, it's going to make the daughter take it to social media to address it. So I believe moving forward that the daughter is going to make a post between today and Tuesday. Between today and Tuesday, I believe the daughter is going to make a public statement, because this information about Jamie being in a coma, not a coma, paralyzed, blood clots, and partially blind, she's going to have to address that. So it's going to challenge what Benza said. It's going to put everything in a place where we're going to have to now put the pieces together. And we're going to get to see if she's going to lie or is she going to tell us the truth. You get it? So that being said, we'll be back later on. So make sure you like the video before you leave out. You know, get the likes up to 500, fam. Subscribe to the channel, Ringo TV Reactions. We'll be back with another one. Peace and blessings to everybody in the chat. And I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.